In this video, we're going to talk about setting up shipping zones in WooCommerce. So this is setting the rates of shipping for the different areas that you're going to be shipping your products to. Now, I do want to point out that if you're using the WooCommerce services integrated with Jetpack, if you are in the United States or Canada and your shipping carrier is either USPS or Canada Post, then it's going to be able to automatically download the exact rates based on your shop address and your customers. If you're not in one of those countries or you're using a different carrier, then you have the option to either set up shipping zones or check out the WooCommerce store and find if there's an extension for your specific carrier. So if we need to download the exact rates, or if you have a discount, contract that offers certain discounts on shipping, then you're going to want to go to the WooThemes store and check out those extensions for shipping to find out whether or not your carrier is listed, and if they are, purchase and set up that extension. But if you're using USPS or you're using Canada Post, then we can use that same integration that we might have used for our taxes, and that's going to calculate those shipping rates automatically. So if we're not using the WooCommerce services and we're not using a carrier extension, we're going to need to set up different shipping zones, and that's going to set a predetermined shipping rate based on where that person is. So in order to do that, we're going to hover over WooCommerce and we're going to click on Settings. We're going to click on our shipping tab, and then we have some options here for options, classes, packages, and shipping labels. But first, I want to talk about shipping zones. So basically what we want to do is, if, for example, we wanted to have a free shipping rate for our local customers, and then we wanted to have a country rate and then an international shipping rate, this is where we would do that. And if you go to your local carrier or your local post office, you can usually work with them to get the average cost to different places, and then you can use that to set up your predetermined zones. But I just want to add in we'll add in a shipping zone, and we'll say that this is our free local shipping zone. And then what we can do is we can select the regions where this is going to apply. So if I'm in Czech Republic, I would say this applies to the Czech Republic. And then I can add my shipping method, which is going to be a flat rate, free shipping. And so for my local Czech Republic, I'm going to have free shipping, right? And then I can save my changes and I can go back to shipping zones. And we have free local shipping now for Czech Republic, and I'll delete this kind of default one that was added when I set up shipping for the first time. So I have my shipping zone set up for Czech Republic, so that's a free shipping to, say, my local customers. But let's say that I didn't want to offer free shipping to everybody in Czech Republic. I just wanted to offer it to people that were in my local area. So I'm going to hit edit here, and I'm going to just delete this now, and I'm going to add a specific zip code, right? So for me, that would be 69201, which is where my local city is, right? And then I would hit save changes. So now it's only going to offer free shipping to that specific zip code within Czech Republic, right? We want to add in the country and then have our zip code. So it's only going to give free shipping to that zip code within that country. And then let's say that for everybody else in Czech Republic, I wanted to have a standard rate. So we would go Czech Republic country rate. So for everybody who's not in that zip code, so we'll pick all of Czech Republic, I want to add a flat rate shipping. And go ahead and edit that flat rate. And then we can choose whether or not it should be taxable, and then we put in our shipping cost, and then go back to our shipping zones. So now we have free local shipping for my local zip code, and for everybody else in Czech Republic, we have a flat rate of 200 crowns or whatever it may be. And then we can continue to add in shipping zones for, if you're in the United States, you can do it per state. Or, if you're in other places, you can do it by regions or provinces, and you can make these as specific as you'd like to, or have kind of overall rates. So if we're not using one of the carrier extensions, and we're not using USPS in the United States or Canada Post in Canada, where we can get those rates shipped or calculated automatically, then we would need to work with our local carrier to find out prices for all of the places that we plan on shipping to, and then adding those in as flat rates. So it works kind of similar to our tax system, where we can set up different zones based on the address or the shipping address of our customers, and then charge either free shipping or a flat rate or something along those lines. So now let's just take a look at our shipping options. So this is how the calculations are put together, whether we want to put the shipping calculator on the cart page, whether we want to hide the shipping costs until the address is entered. So if we're calculating it based on their address, their specific address. And then we have some options for shipping destination. Debug mode you're not going to really need unless a support person asks you to turn that on and give you the information that it provides. And then shipping classes. Now what shipping classes are is if you have a product that is particularly bulky or isn't going to fit within a standard box, and you know that there's going to be an extra cost for shipping, then we can create a shipping class. And then when you are creating your products, which I'll show you later, you can apply this class. That way the system knows that when this is purchased, there's an extra shipping cost that it has to add. So let's just do bulky packaging. So now we have our bulky packaging shipping class, but we need to make sure to determine what that price is going to be based on the zone, because obviously it may be bulky packaging, but the farther away the recipient is going to be, the more expensive that's going to be. So we'll go into our shipping zones and we'll say for our Czech Republic country rate, we'll go in and we'll edit our flat rate, and then you can see down here it's added in some new options. So the bulky packaging shipping class cost would then be, let's say, 10 extra crowns or dollars or whatever it is, and then the no shipping class cost and how that should be calculated. So as you add classes, you can also set different rates of what that class is going to charge based on where it's going to be shipped, because that may change. And then we'll click our Save Changes. So that is generally setting up shipping with WooCommerce. We have a couple tabs here, packages and shipping labels, and you're going to be using that if you're going to be taking advantage of that USPS in the United States or Canada Post in Canada. If you're taking advantage of that integration, you can actually also print off shipping labels. So check out those packages and shipping labels tabs for that. But as far as setting up shipping zones and setting up shipping classes, that's as easy as it is. It really just depends on if you're going to know the exact rates or get those calculated, or if you're going to have to work with your local carrier to get those prices and then set up flat rates for each zones, or you can set up free shipping for certain zones and stuff like that. So that's it for shipping. If you do have any questions, go ahead and post in the LattePress forums, and me or somebody else will try to answer your questions as soon as possible. Also, I'm going to link to the WooCommerce documentation for shipping. So if there's anything you're not clear about and you want to check out some more detailed documentation, go ahead and check out that link, which goes into more detail about exactly how shipping zones work and the best way to set them up.